Long time no see. What is up, guys? Welcome to the Granted Geek Show here on the La Quente Ledger. Today we are talking the Apple keynote event that just went down today. I gotta be honest, it was not too exciting. I actually can't believe they dedicated an entire event to iPad and Apple Watch, essentially the two things that they showed off. And listen, they were great improvements. It was nothing that's revolutionary by any means. We're going to break it all down, but first hit the subscribe button and click the bell so that you don't miss as we cover tech and video games. It's the Granted Geek Show. Okay, so the event came in at about an hour long. They showed off first the new Apple Watch, which has a blood oxygen sensor, which is pretty cool tech. It's really great tech, but I think ultimately it's just a spec bump. They released a couple new bands. It'll be available September 18th, so just 3 days from today, starting at $399. Now, one thing that's going to be great if you're looking to get an Apple Watch on a budget, the Series 3 is now $199, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, so the watch gets a bit of an upgrade. Now, obviously, the elephant in the room is that there was no iPhone at this event. September is usually when they have that big event where they announce the new iPhone. It was absent, and there were some reports saying that there wouldn't be an iPhone at this event. Those reports obviously turned out to be right, but that doesn't mean you want to lose hope. We will still see an iPhone announcement at least this year, even if because of the current global situation, some shipping is delayed. Maybe it won't ship until next year. We can still definitely expect a new iPhone 12, whatever the namings are going to be, announcement this year. Before we get into the new iPad, which received more of the upgrade, I think this event as a whole was more of a let's get all the other stuff out of the way so that we can focus on something great for an event later on this year. So these were kind of things that I think just didn't make the cut for the big event, but definitely leave those flagship products for a big event so that they can take up as much time as possible. So moving on to the iPad here, we've got two new models. We got the iPad, which is just iPad, their best-selling version, and then the iPad Air. No iPad Pro, no iPad mini upgrades here, just the iPad and the iPad Air. So aesthetically, iPad is identical to the previous generation, so nothing physically is really changing here, but it does receive the new Apple A12 Bionic chip, so that's going to give it a big boost in graphics performance as well as CPU. So a lot of horsepower packed into this thing, and honestly, it's coming in at a good price here, $329 for an A12 Bionic chip. This will also be available this Friday, so $918. You know, I think this event was short because it only covered two products, but they still stretched it as much as they could. But there really wasn't much to talk about, and I think that especially showed in the event when it came to the iPad. Really, it's a new processor and some tiny spec bumps here and there, and different features that we could already do with iPads that had the A12 before. So now moving on to the biggest news from the event, we have the new iPad Air, which received a new form factor update looking more like the iPad Pro. Now, the iPad Air is kind of that mid-tier between people who aren't as pro as the iPad Pro, but want a little something more than the regular iPad. So the iPad Air, like I said, gets the new form factor of the iPad Pro. It comes in some new colors, so you have a new sky blue and a green color, in addition to your regular silver, space gray, and rose gold, which have been like the popular three colors for Apple products. So this device will actually be available in October. So unfortunately, no Friday release for this, but it's got the new liquid retina display, 10.9 inches. And this one, guys, is rocking a powerhouse of a chip. This is the new A14 Bionic chip that's on a 5 nanometer process, the first of its kind, especially in like a device like this, a tablet. This thing will pretty much wipe the floor with any other Chromebook, any other tablet, whether it's Microsoft or Android, etc. This thing is rocking some serious horsepower. So Magic Keyboard compatible. Obviously, it comes in the new colors as well, the green and the sky blue, in addition to the primary three. They were really hyping the CPU and graphics of the A14. 40% faster CPU, 30% faster graphics. They're showing off some 4K video editing here and 10 times faster machine learning. So this thing really will just get better over time in some areas. And yeah, so overall, I think this is going to be a really attractive option for people who don't want to go pro yet, but still want serious power, serious graphics, the compatibility with all the, you know, the trackpad with the Magic Keyboard and the Apple Pencil. And finally, that iPad Air is going to start at $599. So a couple $100 more than your base model iPad, but still well under, about $200 cheaper, if I'm recalling correctly, under the base model iPad Pro. So they'll be getting this. Again, it won't be on Friday. It'll be later in October. So I would expect them to announce that date pretty soon. possibly at another Apple event in mid to late October. Again, I think this event as a whole was just getting the other stuff that didn't make the cut for the main event in October, getting it out the way. Keep in mind, guys, remember, the iPhone itself, which is the main flagship of Apple right now, it got delayed because of the global situation, the global pandemic right now. Therefore, it makes total sense that the event announcing said device would be pushed back as well. It would make sense that the devices that didn't make the cut would get pushed earlier to that September event. So yeah, guys, that was the Apple event today. It was disappointing, but only if you were expecting those big flagship announcements and devices. I really do think that we're going to get the iPhone announcement mid to late October, possibly early November at the latest. And this kind of was a catch-all for the things that didn't make the cut for that event. So let me know what you thought of the event down in the comments below. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the Lotta Quente Ledger so you can see more awesome content. The Granted Geek Show, Pinstripe Plunge, as well as Basement with Zach. We got you covered for all different kinds of content. This is a super channel. Also, if you're feeling awesome, check out our sister channel, We Sibs. We cover movies and TV shows over there. We're doing a couple HBO series, as well as Quibi. Lots of fun stuff, so definitely go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.